Okay, last night was Miss USA 2016. It marked my 30th anniversary of watching the show. Thank you, Ma, for getting me involved in watching the pageants. You and I had such a great time every year, comparing notes and figuring out who would win and so much and forth, and getting aggravated, about who didn't get selected and who did. Alright, here's my review. Let's keep this simple. This is a beauty pageant, first and foremost. I was just not pleasantly surprised, but I was shocked at the top three. I could count at least 12 other girls that were at least prettier than the top three were. I'm going to try not to use my hands because then it would get all over my face. But beauty, again, is in the eye of the beholder, so I get that. There was really a couple of big surprises. Miss New Jersey, Jessie Lynn Palumbo, did not make the top 15. I've been watching her for years compete, and I was kind of surprised that she didn't. She was in my top 5. Megan Wise, Miss Ohio USA, competed 9 times. She finally won her state crown on the last time. I'm glad she made top 15. Actually, I'm also glad for Tiffany Teixeira, Miss Connecticut USA. She was also part of my top 5, and I'm glad she made it. Excuse me, to the top 10 in reality. Musical guests were great. I'm glad the Backstreet Boys were there and performed. I was really happy to see when they panned the audience how women, children, men, old, young, all were singing and dancing to the Backstreet Boys. So that was one of the really nice highlights of the pageant. Any big surprise in the top 15? I'm glad South Dakota made it. South Dakota hardly ever makes it to any of these. So I'm glad she made it. Miss District of Columbia, who won. Quick side note, I liked the beginning monologue, you can say, or skit, with Steve Harvey saying, "You can't say Columbia." How funny was it that Miss District of Columbia won? I liked her. I thought she was pretty. I thought she gave the best answer that I've heard in a very long time. And I think Hawaii and Georgia just kind of gave the same answer, so it was kind of hard to pick between them, and I'm glad District of Columbia came out of the gate and did so well. Georgia, I just don't really know how she made it. I guess beauty's in the eye of the beholder, but Hawaii, you were a part of my top 15. I get it. What other? I'd like to send some love out to Teal Murdoch, Miss Utah USA. Not that you'll ever see the video, but I'm glad you won your state title, and unfortunately you didn't make the top 15. Overall, for a pageant, it was very good. I'll watch it again, I have it on my DVR, and I think everybody looked great. South Dakota, best evening out, by far. Original. Connecticut, you should have made top 10. You should have made top 5. So, Virginia, how could I forget you? You should have made top 5 too, instead of Georgia and California or Alabama. Alabama looked like a teenager trying to play dress up. I'm glad she won her state title. Don't get me wrong, but I don't really think she deserved in the top 5, whereas she looked like a teen, and the other ones looked a little bit more sophisticated and elegant. Who else? I'm trying to run down names. I mentioned the Backstreet Boys. I mentioned musical numbers. It was just an overall good pageant, and Terrence J, Julianne Hough, Ashley Graham, you guys did great. It was nice to see Allie Landry back at Miss USA, winning almost, I think, 20 years ago. Her 20th anniversary. I liked the judges. Nothing bad with the judges. I thought the question about who would you vote for whether it be Trump or Clinton, was a little wrong, but she sidestepped it very nicely. Alright, that's my 5-minute recap of it. 5 minutes and like some odd seconds. Talk to everybody soon. See you from Miss Teen USA.